What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, Episode 4. So you guys will have to bear with me. I just left the doctor's office. I know I was supposed to do Empire, and I didn't because, you guys, I have been in pain all weekend. I told you guys that I have sciatica, so it flares up occasionally, and I normally just grin and bear it. You know, it'll last for sometimes up to a couple of months, and then it'll go away for years, and I won't have any problems. And then, you know, but when it sparks up and it's just bad. And this time is worse because normally I could take Motrin or something and that would kind of curtail the pain. Now it's moved down into my legs. It's like the nerves is inflamed, what I've just found out from the doctor, and it just like completely burns the back of my leg, the side of my leg, my toes tingle. It is terrible. I mean, it has almost brought me to tears today trying to just walk to get to the doctor's office. It hurts really, really bad. I don't know what I'm crying for right now. It don't hurt right now. I'm just so like, it's been a terrible day. So anyway, I gotta get this video done though, because I haven't done anything since last Tuesday, I think it is. And y'all know me, I need to get my shit back on track. But yeah, this leg is so fucked up. It hurts so bad. You know how it feels when you have had your legs bent too long, and then when you stand up, like the back of your leg burns, but it only happens, then it goes away. That shit is just constant. Whew. So it feels better right now because I'm sitting down. And I got my medication because nothing over the counter was working. So they gave me some damn prednisone. I swear, I hope I don't get fat. I've been working hard to try to lose this fucking weight. But yeah, it's just been terrible. Friday, I went shopping, Black Friday, and you guys should have seen me. I mean, I was determined to go shopping, and I actually got a lot of good stuff. But I had to keep sitting down, which is not me. When I be in the malls, honey, I be shopping like Betty and Wilma say, charge it. Okay, but although we don't pay on the charge cards, y'all. Cash only. But anyway, I mean, I had a good time. But like every few minutes, I had to tell Jada, like, come on, let's sit down. Like every store that we went into, I had to sit down because I just could not stand up. Haven't been able to sleep at night. It's just been the pits, you guys. But you guys, all this is not for you guys to, you know. It'll be fine. It's just in a couple of days. But just right now, I'm just frustrated and in pain and just, I want the shit to go away so nigga can get some sleep. I fucking took 2 muscle relaxers yesterday. I was knocked out. And then my husband was like, come on, let's go to eat. So we all got dressed and went to dinner. And when I tell you, I felt like a zombie in the damn restaurant because I just was like tired. Like the medication made me sleepy, but it still didn't take the pain away. It was just like I just needed to go to sleep because I've been up. Anyway, y'all, that's enough of that. The show, Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's why we're here, right? Let's get to it, shall we? First up, Porsche and Phaedra. They go shopping at Junkman's Daughter. It's a like a old vintage store in Little Five Points out here. Comparable to like a lot of the stores on Melrose, if you guys was trying to make a comparison, those you guys who live out in Los Angeles. Anyway, they go to Junkman's Daughter because she wants to get a cute little costume for her dookie. You guys, they really are trying to push this whole dookie storyline, but it looks like it's trying to come to an end because she buys a cute little schoolgirl outfit with the little bra, the little sparklies or whatever, and then she go home and she get all dolled up in her little stuff and she ready for her FaceTime with her dookie. She calls him, or actually she texts him, and he's just like, I'm in meetings, we gonna do it in a little bit. And then she waits and waits and waits. They make it seem like the bitch had been sitting there for 4 hours or something, but it had only been a little over an hour. He hadn't called her back, so she calls Phaedra and she's just like, I don't know about dookie. I don't know why I'm even trying to force it. Phaedra's just like, girl, that shit has run its course. I mean, the nigga is 24 years old. What do you think 24-year-olds do? Yeah, when he's home with her, then it's all good. But when he's away, what do they say about the damn cat? No, what do they say about the damn mouse? While the cat's away, the mouse will play, right? Yes, Phaedra. Portia. Y'all can't even get my words together. Portia know better than this. I don't know why they keeping on with this damn Dookie storyline, but whatever. We ain't buying it, okay? She ain't got to have a damn fucking FaceTime with Dookie. And Phaedra tried to tell her, like, girl, you ain't got time to be sitting up here trying to run after this little boy. He ain't nothing but dead weight. You need to let him go. Okay, so hopefully that's going to be the end of old Dookie, although I really don't think so. Now, Candi, you guys, she's working from home because Dr. Jackie told her that she needs to do a little less work. So this is her compromise. Surely she cannot take off the entire 9 months that she's pregnant because that fucking Don and Carmen, they can't run shit, can they? If I stop working, then everything will fall apart. They definitely need you. Cynthia stops by to have a little chat, okay? And they're talking about the pregnancy. Candi has fibroid issues. Cynthia had those same fibroid issues, and they had the same surgery, I guess, to remove some of the fibroids. But evidently, Candi still has some. So now that she's pregnant, you guys know that fibroids can cause early delivery because the fibroids sometimes, depending on where they are, they grow with the baby and they get bigger and the baby loses space and the baby got to come out. Fibroids can cause bleeding. Fibroids can cause contractions. Fibroids is not a pregnant woman's friend. So yeah, she has to take it a little bit easier. Plus, Candi is over 35, so she's considered high risk and all of that. So they're talking about the fibroids. Then they get on the subject of, Candi's latest venture. We've been thinking about opening a family restaurant. And Cynthia's like, girl, no. Okay, so now that's the real reason why Cynthia's over there. Okay, to tell fucking Candi, don't you open no restaurant with your man because one day they'll be helping out in the kitchen and the next day they'll be helping themselves to some bitch's titty on the dance floor. Candi was just like, yeah, I know it's not really a good time, but shit. Basically, it's never a good time. They didn't think it was a good time for the shit that I wanted to do. So you know what? I'm just being supportive of Todd. This is what Todd wants to do. Cynthia's just like, well, girl, I'll tell you what, that restaurant has been nothing but a headache for us. It's hard on the marriage. Shit, I'm almost to the point where I'm about over this shit. Candi was just like, well, I understand, but at the same time, you don't want to grow old and lonely. This is shit you think about, I guess, when you get older. Yeah, nobody wants to be grown and lonely. She does have a daughter, but that's not the same companionship as you get from a spouse. But like she said, don't nobody want to be in a fucked up ass relationship. You married 50 years and y'all can't stand each other. Because look, we all know people that have been that way too. Motherfuckers are almost as glad that nigga die, okay, when they do, because you've been fucking in jail for 50, 60 years, and some people don't even get to live their real life until they damn spouse die. That's a terrible way to think about it, but it happens. So it's something to think about on both sides. Cynthia says, yeah, I get that, but we've been having problems from the beginning. Okay, like I said, ain't nobody trying to be miserable 80 years old and married. So I understand. I get it. So Miss Kim Fields, she brings the babies over there to meet Phaedra's kids. Did you guys catch that? She introduced them as Aiden and Dylan. I didn't even know the little nigga's name. I was just like, oh, so what happened to Mr. President and Mr. New Year's Eve or whatever the fuck their name was? See there? Okay. She only get that shit to the ghetto ass niggas. Okay. When somebody is, bona fide Hollywood status or real star, we gonna tell them what her fucking real name is. Okay. So yeah, did you know that the boy name was Dylan? I didn't know. Anyway, Kim brings her kids over. They're gonna get in the pool and have a good time. And Kim and Phaedra sit down just to have a little girl chat. Phaedra's just like, girl, well, what do you do for fun? And then she was just like, the babies. My husband. And she was like, yeah, I understand that, but like, what else do you do? Like, you have any good girlfriends that you hang out with? She was, no, I don't really have any good girlfriends. And Phaedra's like, you don't have nobody to just sit around and have a drink with and kind of let off some steam shit that you can't tell your spouse? No, I don't really do any of that. Phaedra's like, well, girl, you need to be able to go out and you can at least get your hair done, your nails done, your feet done. Right? No, I don't do anything. You can look at her and tell she don't do that. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I love Kim Fields. I do, but honey, that hair is fucked up. I can't stand looking at it. It's just like, what is it? I understand the look she's going for, and nobody says you can't have natural blonde hair. What's that makeup artist's name whose hair is beautiful? Blonde. Oh, what was her name? You guys, she was a YouTube sensation that blew up and do it all. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? The light skin, real fair, blonde hair, light eye. Anyway, makeup, beat face, honey. I know the look that she is going for, but it's just wrong, you guys. I hate it. And it making me real mad that I got to look at that shit every fucking week. And y'all gonna get mad at me and say I'm hating because I said I don't like fucking Kim Fields' hair. Like, I'm sorry, Kim Fields signed up for this fucking show. And I can't be pussyfooting around the fact that Kim Fields is on there and I have this respect for her that she didn't open herself up, right? Okay, so don't be in my fucking comments talking about how I'm hating on her because the bitch is normal and regular and all that. Fuck it. Okay, you want to be on this old ratchet ass show, then you get treated like every fucking body else. Okay, so anyway, what was I saying? It got off track. Oh, so anyway, she was telling her, like, you don't do any of that? And she says, no. Like, what for? And I was like, I hate when women say that. What for? Because you want to look like something for your own self. You know, a lot of people, a lot of times will ask me, like, Roxanne, why do you do all this? And why you? Because I don't go out much like I used to. Okay, I go to work, I come home, and sometimes on the weekends I might do something, but I don't do much anymore. But I still make it a point to get my hair, my nails, my feet, and my eyelashes done. I'm sorry, you guys. It's just something. I want to look like something for me. I don't never want to represent the wrong kind of way, even if I'm just going to work. Sometimes people be like, girl, where are you going? Okay, I'm going to work and I feel good about it. And I think that when you feel good about yourself, then people realize that about you too. I can't stand when women be like, girl, I can't be sitting no 3 hours in no hair salon. I be looking at them like I can fucking tell too. You look like you don't sit in the motherfucker for 3 hours, not even 3 minutes in the fucking mirror. Ugly ass biatch. Shit. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying you got to be all over the top and stuff, but women, you know, you need to take care of yourself, especially as you get older. You can look at some of your old friends and you'll be like, damn, I mean, just a little bit of something will fix your fucking face up a little bit. Everybody said you had to get all glamorized up and all of that. Bitch, put you on some lip gloss and some eyeliner. That's all the fuck I'm saying. When she was talking to her, when Phaedra was talking to her, Kim started crying because she just realized at that moment, like, she don't really do nothing for herself. And you done been a successful star and you've had all these things that you've been able to accomplish and you just don't take care of yourself. I mean, it's easy to get lost in your family. I can see how it happens. Still, I'm still gonna get them 4 things done. I don't care how much fucking money I got. I don't care if I ain't doing shit but being in the house. I gotta look like something. And I want women to take more pride because let me tell you something. Men gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do. So you need to be able to take the time for yourself too. And not let it be taken advantage. I'm going off on a tangent, right? Y'all, I'm sorry. This fucking leg and shit got me all up in my feelings today. Anyway, I think that Phaedra got through to Kim. Girl, do a little bit of something for yourself. You gonna be all right. So it looked like maybe them two hit it off. Maybe they might be friends. We'll see. The show really was about this party, this boat party that we had heard a lot about. But before we got to the party, you know, Kenya, she decides to take a little stroll on down to Sheree's house because she saw Sheree's car in the driveway. So she walks on over there and she's like, girl, what you doing here? Kenya's like, girl, I told you I'm just right across the street, right 500 feet away. I can knock on your damn back door if I wanted to. Sheree is just sweeping out there on the porch. So Kenya wants to run into the house and look and see. So she jumps up there and tries to run the house and the fucking door is locked. I was just like, now who the fuck sweeps their front porch and lock the goddamn door? Now who didn't lock Sheree out of her own fucking house? Do the bitch still own the house, nigga? Or we just out there just sweeping up shit just to look like it? That bitch know she was in that goddamn house. Like, did somebody take her keys? I want somebody to check out there. Do she still own the damn house? Or are they just letting her film there? So that damn Kenya was motive. She couldn't get in the house, but I was just like, I don't think Sheree can get in that bitch either. Anyway, Kenya tells Sheree that she's having this boat party for Cynthia and would Sheree come? And Sheree was just like, yeah, I definitely will be there. Okay, so the boat party. Kenya goes to pick up Cynthia and Cynthia has her friend there. I don't know what that bitch name was. Sheila. I looked at her and I said, okay. Look, y'all know Roxanne don't like to go off on general assumptions, okay? I'm not. What was the friend? That's all I I said, this big ass Amazon, I just couldn't quite, it wasn't, and then she had that deep ass voice and she talking something. I was just like, oh. Kenya was just like, this bitch always got some old hangers on, some old stragglers. I guess we'll take her. I was surprised that they didn't have the sister come, but I can kind of see why they brought the Amazon. Okay, so it's the Amazon, Kenya, and Cynthia in the car together. They're talking about who the Amazon knows in Atlanta. Okay, find out that that the Amazon was good friends with Bob Whitfield and Sheree when they were married, and now they're divorced. And I think Bob, she said something about he was dating her friend or some shit like that. I don't know, you guys. She goes on to say, now this was the bomb of the night, you guys. She drops the bomb that she didn't think that Sheree would be with Bob if he wasn't an Atlanta Falcon. I said, nigga, I think everybody know that they wouldn't have been together if he wasn't no fucking football player. I mean, that's fucking half the NFL. Wouldn't be more than half of the NFL. Them niggas be ugly. And then they got some old fine ass beautiful woman wife. Please, you guys, it's about the coins. They trying to get this butt. They ain't trying to think about no damn what this nigga look like. Look, I let him get on top of me, jump up and down, do what he gotta do, give me my money so I can go shopping. That's what the fuck that's all about. So I was just like, that's no big deal. Like, everybody knows she wouldn't have been with that nigga if they wasn't, you know, if he wasn't balling like that. And you see, as soon as he wasn't balling no more, what happened, right? Okay, so that's that. Kenya was trying to make it seem like it was a big deal. It wasn't no big deal. They also started talking about marriage, and you know, Cynthia was just saying, you know, marriage is not a privilege. Marriage is a choice, which it is. You know, it's no big deal that I'm married to somebody. I don't really have to. You look, I get how where Cynthia's headspace is right now. I don't know if those type of conversations is good to have with somebody who's never been married. Like, she's talking to Kenya about it. I know people out there are not going to agree with me because people be like, you don't have to be married to know what's what. Yes, you do. You have to have a different kind of perspective, and you can only get it if you've been married. If you've never been married, then you don't have a married person's perspective. Okay, the shit can still be fucked up. You can still be negative or whatever, but it just brings something different to the conversation. So when Cynthia's talking to Kenya, and I was just like, okay. The one in the middle, I didn't even know the bitch was married until we got on the boat, but we'll talk about that later. So that conversation, I was just like, okay, well, some friends will co-sign everything you say, and then other friends will try to give you some, you know, the pros and the cons, and then some friends will just tell you like it is. Okay, so I don't know, like I said, if that was the right person to have a conversation with. Anyway, they're in one car. Then in the other car is Candi and Kim. They're the first that get picked up. And Kim is happy to finally sit down and talk to Candi because Kim has a respect for Candi and all the things that she's been able to achieve since she's been in Escape. Okay, so now she can kind of pick her brain about how she was able to get these businesses started and, you know, kind of maintain her relevancy over the years. So Candi is telling her like, well, we did Candy Coated Nights, and then we had a little fan base, and, you know, she was trying to figure out how she was going to be able to capitalize on this following. So that's when she came up with Bedroom Candi. So then they start talking about sex and how Kim, you know, she's just kind of a little bit frigid when it comes to that kind of thing. So how can you help me out, Candi? Candi tells her, well, you can try the vibrating panties. That would be good. And then Kim is gonna say she don't wear panties. I said, oh, one of these motherfuckers. Okay, listen here. In theory, not wearing panties, the whole idea is real sexy in your mind. Like easy access, right? In fucking reality, all that is some goddamn discharge running down your leg. It'd be too fucking hot out here in Atlanta to be running around with no damn underwear on. Motherfucker, put you a thong on or something, but you need something to sop up all that, you know, all that extra wet and shit. Motherfucker don't wear no panties. And then when you got some pants on and your coochie and your booty just running up, the material just running through the crease, through the... Ugh, that's all nasty, motherfucker. Go get you some goddamn panties on. Shit. Candi was just like, girl, you fooled me. I thought your ass would have worn some granny panties. You don't even do the panty thing. Okay, well, fine. Look, I done learned a whole lot about you. More than I ever thought I wanted to know about Miss Kim Fields and her vaginal situation. Then they pick up Porsche. And Porsche has her friend Shamia with her. Okay, and you guys know that Candi is also friends with the Shamia girl. So they're in the car, the van, and Candi's being her normal messy self, okay, spilling all the tea about how Cynthia was over at her house and how she about over this marriage and everything. Like, Candi, you was a fucking messy ass bitch. Love Candi to death, but bitch, you knew you was messy when you was telling all that business, because them girls were just sitting up there just a listening, ear hustling like a mug. That's where what's on everybody's mind they talking about. I'm sure they talk about some other shit. They finally get to the boat. Of course, leave it up to Candi's old complaining ass about how far it is. I cannot stand people who are, but a lot of people do it out here. They're so used to being in a certain area in Atlanta, they don't want to go nowhere else. So anytime they got to go outside of their few little 30-mile radius, then they act like it's a fucking end of the world. So, you know, they complaining about how far the drive was. A bitch goes, why you bring your old pregnant ass out here? Nobody needs you out here complaining about shit. Shit. But they all get on the boat. Kenya notices that the Shamia girl's with her, and she's just like, who invited her? Like, why is she here? She was already being very rude at the party. So when they get on the boat, Kenya can't wait to go up to her. You know, she's hugging everybody and saying hi, and she was just like, I did not invite her. Who said that she can come?
I thought it'd be okay since Phaedra's not coming.
Kenya was like, bitch, now I know you stupid, but I'm gonna need you to understand me when I invite you, I mean you. If I say you and a guest, then bitch, that's what the fuck it is, okay? But when I just say Portia, I don't need Portia and Shamia to show up here. So Kenya already has an attitude with Shamia being there. I would have had an attitude too, fully 100% on the Kenya side. But at this point, I would have been cool. As long as that bitch was cool, then I was gonna be cool. But I already had my good fucking eye on her, okay? But you guys, when Portia turned around and the Amazon walked up to her and she was like,
you look like Miley Cyrus. Do you get that?
If that bitch didn't look just like Miley Cyrus, I mean, I could see it all in her face. Her head was kind of little. Her body was strange. I said, girl, ain't no truer words ever been spoken. Shit. She tried to ignore it and, you know, walk up to Candi. Was just like, Candi, girl, I met you 20 years ago. And Candi was just like, well, okay. I don't really remember her from 20 years ago. When they sit down with old Miley, the Amazon, that bitch starts saying like, I know y'all heard my son's song. And they were just like, what song? You know, here she go, turn up. Turn up, what you say, turn up, whatever the fuck is. I said, child, she gonna be one of these kind that be just always on somebody trying to make the connections. It'd be like, bitch, you gonna have to get out my face with this. You know, Candi and Portia was both looking at her like, we were supposed to have heard of that song. Yeah, she gonna overstep her boundaries and really be pressing the fact and really going on and on. One of them ones that just be doing way too much. Team too much, okay? That's Miley the Amazon. So she even tells us that she's married to some white guy, okay? He's German, and every morning he wake up, he happy. What the fuck? I was just like, what that mean? I mean, I guess if you are white, that's an automatic happy. Them motherfuckers ain't got to go through shit anybody else got to go through. That's for damn sure. So, you know, they already done peep game on girl. They was like, let me leave this crazy ass bitch alone. So they leave her over there to have her pedicure. After Kim finished having her pedicure, she gonna try to get a book and a couple of snacks and sneak off to the front of the boat, you know, so she can sit down and read. And they was like, bitch, where you going with that book? You ain't going to read. We ain't taking no snacks to us. Food here, drinks here. That's what you gonna do. You know, Kim, I don't even drink. I don't think I would have drank either with these crazy ass bitches. Like, I needed to figure out what the game, you know, what the game plan was. I was with Kim, like, I ain't drinking today. So, they got the drinks flowing, margaritas, they got the shots, everybody is having a good time. What did Candi say? When you mix alcohol with this group, it don't always go too well. I was like, not alcohol, Candi. She's so fucking country. So it gets real rough because you guys know that, you know, drinking, you get drunk, your boundaries, you don't know them no more. You get to saying all kind of shit. Next thing you know, Kenya and Shamia get into it. You know, Kenya was just like, I just don't like the fact that you was at my event trying to be throwing shade and now you here today and I didn't really invite you. And, you know, Shamia was just like, oh, you know, like, why you going on and on about what I did, like such and such. I said, bitch, cause you here. I don't fucking like you. I'm getting you off my boat. I'm gonna get your ass escorted off, okay? Candy's just like, I don't understand why she... Bitch, why you don't understand? When you don't like somebody, you don't want them all at your shit. How hard is that to understand? So when Kenya goes off to tell the captain to turn this motherfucker around so that we can let old girl off, Cynthia's trying to go and help her new best friend. I forgot to tell you guys that when they first started on the boat trip, Kenya does this whole announcement that she's doing this boat trip because Cynthia and Peter been having problems. And, you know, as then she's one of her best friends. And Candy was just like, oh, she didn't took that title already. Now Cynthia's doing her best friend's duty. She's going to go get Kenya because everybody doesn't understand why they saying that Shamia needs to get off the boat. So right when she's walking off, you know, Portia's like, go on, bitch. Yeah, go on over there and see what she could do, okay, since you her new best friend, okay? And she's throwing a little couple of digs, but it was just in play. It was just playing. They had been drinking, but see, like, you know, when you've been drinking, okay, and you already in your feelings a little bit about some shit, it only gets elevated when the alcohol is introduced, right? Cynthia was like, don't you call me no bitch. Don't you be disrespectful. I ain't never called you a bitch. And they were like, we've been calling each other fucking bitches all day. What is the problem? Here goes Cynthia with that hand, okay, all in somebody's face. Don't you ever be saying nothing to me. Don't you be talking to me. I said, bitch, now what did Tammy say? Y'all gonna learn one of these fucking days. Tammy said, this will get you fucked up, right? Okay. bag back up, okay? But, you know, Cynthia's all in Portia's face. Bitch, don't be calling me a bitch. Don't be calling me outside of my name, this, that, and the other. Everybody's just like, it's not that big a deal. Like I say, when you drunk, everything is that big a deal. They finally get Cynthia away from her. All of a sudden, everybody's kind of on Portia for Portia to apologize to Cynthia. And Portia was just like, well, I didn't do nothing. Like, we was just playing. She's the one that got upset and she wouldn't listen to me. Like, I wasn't trying to be like that to her. I even was trying to explain it to her when she was all in my face and the bitch wouldn't listen. But, you know, it was just like, you have a problem with apologizing. You need to go apologize to her because you made her feel a certain way, even if that's what you weren't trying to do. Okay, fine. Portia was just like, fine, I'll go talk to her. Because obviously it was a misunderstanding somewhere in there. So Portia gets up and walks over there just like,
I don't know what you thought I said over there, but I wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
Cynthia again don't want to hear it. Are you trying to apologize to me, bitch? No, I'm not apologizing because I ain't did shit to you. I'm just trying to smooth this shit over. And again, they started arguing. Cynthia was just like, well, why don't you just take your ass back over there? Now this time it's all kind of fingers in everybody's face. You already know that this is going to cause some commotion, right? Portia stands up. Right when she stands up over Cynthia, it looks like Cynthia is probably going to lean back and kick her like, get out of my face, because she's standing up over her now. They cut it off. All of a sudden, you just see on the other end of the boat, Candi and some other people like, are they over there fighting? Yeah, we're going to see next week. But, I mean, whose side are you guys on? Did you guys think that Portia did anything? Really, Cynthia took that to a whole nother level. But what it probably was, like, you know, like I said, they were drinking. We already heard when Portia was doing the whole, you know, Peter's Jamaican, and he's just like, you're not going nowhere, and, you know, she was doing all of that. There probably been some slick little comments that's been thrown in the whole day that we didn't get to see. It could have been all that going on, so it might have been building Cynthia up. But you have Kenya to thank for that. Kenya's the one that made this trip be about Cynthia and Peter's problem. So, I mean, that's always kind of at the, you know, in the background of everybody's thinking. So I was just like, why is Cynthia this mad? Okay, bitch, I'm gonna need you to check your problems at the door and fix what's going on with you and your man, and don't be taking on everybody else. Shit. Alright, you guys, that's it. Let me get off of here. I'm so sad that I got to climb out this back seat and back up to the front, because now my leg ain't hurting. I know as soon as I stand up, that shit is going to start hurting again. Ooh, I wish I could just explain to you guys the pain. And normally I have a high threshold for pain, and I've been having this sciatica problem for like 20 years. And I've always been able to deal with it. This is the first time that it has been so bad. I ain't even gonna, I know y'all tired, don't feel like hearing all of that. I appreciate y'all listening to me. Anyway, let me get off of here and get back to work. I actually got to give me something to eat because they told me to take some with these damn prednisones. Am I gonna get fat, y'all? I'm only supposed to take it for 6 days. I don't want to be swollen and shit. I done worked hard to get back down to 153. Now these motherfuckers trying to make me get fat again, y'all. Anyway, let me get off of here, you guys. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is Sports Rocks, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright? Alright, so I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.